Hi guys, you tuned into the Humble Horology YouTube channel. Something a bit different for you today. Instead of looking at my own personal collection, we're going to be looking at the watches and watch collections of world famous stars. Now this is going to be really interesting. We'll see if there are people we recognise in terms of being in the watch space. There's some celebrities that I expect we'll see because they're very much involved in the community, but I'm hoping that I'll be surprised. Hopefully we'll get some celebrities who've got really unique and interesting choices. But yeah, let's just jump into it. We'll be using an Instagram page called Celeb Watch Spotter. I'll link them down below because all the content we're looking at is theirs. And it's a very good Instagram page, so definitely give that a follow. Right guys, just before we get into the video, if you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it with some of your friends, and potentially even subscribing, that would be great. But nevertheless, let's get into the actual video. Right guys, so here we are on the Celeb Watch Spotter Instagram page. Going from the top here, let's have a quick look what we can see. So straight away, let's jump into this piece here. So we've got Kylie Jenner, obviously massive part of the Kardashian empire, and she is wearing an 18-carat white gold Patek Philippe. Yeah, that's not a surprise really. I think for people of this sort of status and wealth, I think Patek Philippe uh, it's kind of your go-to. It's actually yeah, so it's factory sets, so that is an official Patek in terms of the decoration as well. £343,000, crazy. Beautiful piece though. And for the sort of glitzy events that she goes to, I'd imagine this is probably a go-to piece for her. Okay, so Jordan, I've never seen this piece before. I think I may have seen it on a Joe Rogan podcast when they're talking about watches before, but yeah, okay. So it's very utilitarian, overbuilt, over-engineered. I can see why I would go for this sort of piece because being the man that Jordan is, he had a career in basketball, elite athletes, so he would have seen, a lot of luxury around him during that time with the players that he played with, and now being the businessman that he is, he will see, sort of the other side of the watch world as well. So yeah, I mean, this sort of thing that he'll walk into a room with and stand out. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. Right. This makes a lot of sense. So Mark Wahlberg, as everyone knows, is a bit of a fitness enthusiast. I think is a bit of an understatement actually. So a Rolex makes perfect sense. You got the precious material, so you got 18-carat yellow gold there, with 36 diamonds around the bezel. Yeah, and the Oyster Flex strap, so it's got a rubber strap, which makes sense. I can imagine Mark Wahlberg being the sort of guy who works out in luxury watches. I think he's probably bought a Rolex not only for the name, but also for the functionality as well. So this really doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, I haven't seen the Daytona quite like that before, and particularly on the rubber strap. It's a very unique sort of setup. So yeah, it's quite cool. Okay, so I don't actually know who this is. Grum. Okay. 18 karat white gold Patek. So he's a clothing brand founder. So this makes a lot of sense. I'm assuming he probably sits in the premium realm. Yeah, list price £68,000, and it is 18 karat white gold. So this is the exact sort of thing I would expect from someone in his position. Beautiful complications on there, beautiful compact sizing, an extremely well-known brand. It's got a tiny bit of flash to it with that beautiful white gold. However, it's not gaudy at all with, an overabundance of diamonds or anything like that. Which I think if you to do that to this perpetual calendar, I think you would have to have the watch taken off you, as this piece is definitely best left alone to show its sort of natural beauty. Let's see what else have we got here. Okay, it's interesting. So Pharrell wearing Richard Mille, which I understand Richard Mille, and particularly for someone like Pharrell, I can understand that as well because again, he works in an industry where there's a lot of flash, there's a lot of luxury watches. Richard Mille is that kind of step above in terms of price and actual accessibility. I mean, oh wow, that's 1.6 million. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of that though, to be honest. What piece is this? HMO's £60,000. That's a stunning piece. That's with all due respect, I would have expected the Crown Prince to be wearing something a bit flashier than that. I'm sure he's got many pieces, but yeah, that is a beautiful watch. It looks decent size, maybe a 41 millimeter, which having a tourbillon would make sense. But yeah, that's a stunning watch. It's really nice. Yeah, so J Balvin, I'm not surprised by this whatsoever. If you look at the way that he dresses, very flamboyant, extravagant, um, very much loves that sort of culture um, and that look. This doesn't surprise me at all, and I actually say I think that's actually quite nicely done. I was going to use the word tasteful, but I'm not sure you can ever use a rainbow, a rainbow bezel and tasteful in the same sentence. However, that is a very nice piece, and for him and his personality, and particularly his style, I think that is actually the perfect piece. Again, so this guy, he does a lot of concerts. Um, Obviously, being from South America as well, I believe he's from South America. He does a lot of sort of hot climates. So a yachtmaster on a rubber strap makes perfect sense. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of that. Probably wouldn't wear it myself, but I think in terms of a pairing, that is absolutely perfect. Let's have a look. That's quite interesting. So we've got Steven Gerrard, ex-Liverpool and England legend, current manager of Rangers, and he's wearing a Patek Philippe Nautilus, which that's actually quite a subdued watch for a football manager, really, particularly someone of his standing and wealth. If you look at Premier League managers, a lot of them actually do wear Rolexes and Richard Milles. So yeah, that's a very nice understated piece. It's such a unique balance of sportiness and dressiness, particularly with those complications. Yeah, that's a lovely piece. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Okay, so we've got Drizzy Drake. So what's he got here? So he's got a Audemars Piguet offshore. How much was that? Yeah, £220,000. Um, yeah. So again, a lot of rubber straps on these watches, which I guess particularly for these athletes and singers, rappers who travel the world, I suppose a rubber strap does make a lot of sense. A lot of tourbillons as well, a lot of limited pieces. That's not a surprise really. Blacked out again. If you know much about Drake, he likes to colour coordinate quite a lot, so that makes a lot of sense. As you can see there, he's wearing it with an OVO Toronto Raptors. Sorry, looks like a sort of varsity jacket. Yeah, it's actually a very nice piece. Okay, I don't actually know who this is, but this is very interesting. I've not seen a Richard Mille like this, actually. I still don't like it. I mean, if you look at that, yeah, it doesn't look great on the wrist if you ask me, but it's a very unique colour. That sort of almost, yeah. So you've got licorice style and this pink bezel. £120,000. Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, this is kind of, yeah, your standard iced out watch for a singer and rapper. Um, Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're wearing colours such as these, and the rest of your jewellery is iced out to that extent, it does make a lot of sense. I would say that the gold is very nice. It's rose gold. It is actually beautiful on this watch, um, and potentially even these clearer diamonds. I don't mind so much, but yeah, so it's a lot to take in. Ah, right. So we've got Robert Iger wearing a Rolex GMT2 with a Jubilee strap. Um, yeah, this is the sort of piece that I could see a CEO wearing, particularly someone like Bob Iger. Tends to not always wear suit and tie um, when he's out and about. So this sort of everyday piece makes a lot of sense. I imagine he's probably quite busy flying the globe as well, so having that GMT function would be extremely useful. And this is the sort of watch that you would expect someone of his position to wear. Yeah, beautiful piece, really is. It's quite interesting. So what's Cristiano got? So he's actually got a Tag Heuer. It's interesting. Um, Obviously this is in their extremely high-end collection. So he's wearing it's a Carrera, so it's still part of that range, but it's Tourbillon. Um, Again, you got the rose gold and sort of black matte aesthetic. Seems to be very popular, particularly with athletes. Very sporty kind of look. Yeah, it surprised me with the tag though. I don't know if Cristiano's got any sort of deal with Tag Heuer. You'd imagine he's got something with a watch brand. Yeah, it's a very unique piece, and Tag sits in kind of a weird place when it comes to this price range. Although I doubt they've actually produced many at that range. Um, yeah, interesting. Here we go. I was wondering how long it would be till we saw this man. So it's John Mayer. Um, if you're familiar with the YouTube sort of community, especially the watch YouTube scene, you know that John Mayer is one of the biggest watch enthusiasts going in terms of the celebrity space. Um, so he's got a 18 carat pink gold Royal Oak tourbillon. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he owns a lot of watches. Um, so I don't think he doesn't have one particular style that he goes after. This is a very beautiful piece, very slim piece, but yeah, he's still got that sporty aesthetic. So we've got a bit of a compilation here. Uh, so you've got Jake Paul. Yeah, no surprise, iced out. Probably doesn't even know how this watch works. All bang, no substance, no surprise for Jake Paul. Not about the watch, I'm talking about him. Um, Drake with his son. Um, Again, a Patek, very nice. Is that Jackie Chan? Yeah, Jackie Chan. I don't actually know what that watch is. No, I don't. Is it Richard Mille? I don't like it either way, but it gets a pass because it's Jackie Chan. And Connor, again, I'm sorry, I don't actually know what this watch is. But Connor, again, he's massive into his watches. He owns a lot of Rolexes, uh, a lot of day dates I've seen on his Instagram. So yeah, I'm sure we'll see him again. Actually, here are the watches. So we've got it's a Patek Calatrava, skeletonized, very nice. And this is a Richard Mille. Yeah, no surprise there either. So we've got Neymar. Interesting. So this is the first green dial we've seen. I've got to say, it's very striking, that sunburst green offset against the yellow gold. Yeah, very nice. And to be honest, I would argue that's actually not a bad price, considering you've got precious material. It's a Daytona. Daytonas carry a premium anyway. I haven't seen that dial before either, so I wouldn't. Considering the sort of rarity of this setup, I wouldn't say that was particularly bad value, really. Yeah, J Balvin again. Yeah, completely iced out. 1,343 diamonds. Wow. Yeah, factory set. No complications except for the second hand and date window. Um, yeah, it's not much to say about that, but that is blinged out. I prefer his other piece, personally. Stormzy. Well, yeah, Stormzy and Ed Sheeran have spoken about watches before on an interview they did. Can't remember who it was with. It wasn't that long ago, about a year and a half ago. And particularly Ed, he has a lot of high-end pieces, but clearly Stormzy is a bit of an enthusiast himself, because you don't buy a Patek Philippe perpetual calendar if you're not into your watches, because for this sort of money, you could get anything iced out from Rolex. So clearly, he's got a lot of class in that as well. He dresses quite well, has some good stylists. Yes, that's a really interesting choice. Interesting because you know, in terms of Stormzy's success, it's come in the last sort of 5 years or so. So it's interesting that in a relatively short period of time, one of the things that he's decided to invest in is a watch of this caliber. So clearly, he's got very good taste when it comes to that. Got Mark Wahlberg again. So that's a Rolex GMT2. Absolutely blinged out. The bezel, that's quite an interesting bezel. The watch, the watch I think me would love that if the 15 was one colour, have a Seiko bezel. But yeah, no, that's an okay piece to be fair. John Legend, that is a beautiful watch. The 007, isn't it? Yeah. So he's got. Has he got that on the? Is that the Milanese? Yeah, that is the same bracelet. Couldn't tell if it was a rubber strap for a second. Yeah, I've got to say this watch is absolutely fantastic. So I believe it's a 42mm. This watch, you've got this extremely aged lume, which gives it a great look on this Milanese strap. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Ah, Adrian Brody, Luca Tranghetta himself. So he's got a Jacob and Co. 15. To be honest with you, I didn't realise Jacob and Co made watches at this price range. I thought they were sort of starting from 50,000 or so. Yeah, I must have only seen a small selection. Yeah, again, it's more of an art piece than it is a watch. Yeah, doesn't do much for me. Yeah, Rob Iger again. Yeah. So again, he's got a watch. He's got an iconic watch. Is this stainless steel? Yeah, stainless steel ceramic. So again, it's no luxurious materials. The other one wasn't either, I don't think. But an iconic watch, a very tasteful watch. Yeah, very nice. That's 21. Yeah, 21 Savage. So he's got a Sky Dweller. Um, Now these are extremely popular with rappers in terms of icing them out, getting a load of gems put in them. But here he's just gone for a stock one by the look of it. Yeah, very nice. It's quite a large piece, so it's kind of got that slightly oversized aesthetic. Yeah, that's cool. It definitely goes with what he's wearing there. It's a really cool look. Big fan of 21. That's Javier Hernandez. He's got a Richard Mille there. Again, I'm not just not crazy about that. If there's anything. So we've got Putin. Putin is well known for his love of high-end watches. Actually, he's actually sort of one of the biggest names for being a watch connoisseur. So he's got a Blancpain here, which I haven't actually seen this one before, to be honest. Um, yeah, it's beautiful. It's a sort of watch that you could easily wear with a suit, but it's still got that sporty aesthetic to it. I think particularly for Putin, that sort of fits his look of, you know, he looks apart in terms of the way that he dresses, but he does everything on his own terms. Um, but yeah, that's a lovely piece. That's very nice. I'm sure he'll be on here again. Producer Michael. Um, so this is a Jacob and Co. watch. We've got the actual 18 karat gold. Yeah, £200,000. No, I think he's got a fantastic taste in watches. I wouldn't. A lot of them wouldn't be my personal style. Because that sort of diamond look isn't quite for me. However, he pulls it off with such confidence and such finesse, particularly with the way that he dresses, and it's very authentic as well. If you haven't seen this channel, which I'm guessing you will have if you follow the watch space at all, definitely check it out. He's a very, very cool guy. Right, let's just have a look at a few more here. Yeezy, okay. So we've got Yeezy. So he's got a Rolex Submariner in 18 karat yellow gold, blue dial, blue bezel. Genuinely one of the nicest colour combinations going, I think, is that royal blue and gold. It gives very much regal tones. Um, Gives sort of an air of authority, but it's also so sporty at the same time. I would argue that in terms of colours, this is the perfect summer watch. And knowing Kanye, he's probably got several of these in several different colour combinations. See if there's anything a bit out of the ordinary. Yeah, J Balvin again with a very out there watch. It's JJ with a Richard Mille. Got David De Gea with a GMT Master 2. Batman with a Jubilee. Again, makes a lot of sense, particularly for someone who will be flying between England and Spain quite a lot for international duty. I'd imagine he probably wears that to keep a better track of the second time zone. Yeah, Drizzy there. Richard Branson, what piece is this? Oh, right, okay. It's a bit different. So this is a Torgian, which I've never actually heard that brand before. But yeah, that's a £377 watch. Interesting. Doesn't do much for me, but it's interesting to see something at the more affordable end of the scale. Right, let's just do a couple more to wrap up here. Let's go for something sporty. In fact, we'll do 3 more because I've just seen one that I really need to have a look at. So again, we've got Neymar here, and we've got a Yachtmaster. So again, what's the other one? A matte and rose gold. It was similar anyway. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece. So you've got AJ, Anthony Joshua, got Adam RP Gay, code 1159. Yeah, it's definitely a very elegant piece. Slightly sporty with the numbers at the 12, 3, 6 and 9. However, you can see in this context here, yeah, he's all suited, he's very dapper, so it makes a lot of sense. And that's speaking at Westminster Abbey during the Commonwealth service. So yeah, probably very momentous occasion for him and his family. So no wonder he looks apart, and he's got a watch that definitely does him justice. And now the last one we're going to look at for today is this watch from Jay-Z, which I have seen this before in, I believe it's in a YouTube video actually, of going sort of over very unique and rare pieces. Yeah, so this is an interesting piece. Now, please, I apologise if I'm incorrect with any of my information here. I'm just going off what I can remember. Is that this is a sort of, is it a redial? All I know is that Frank Mueller, you know, sort of famed in his field, sort of he repieced this or he repainted this. Either way, it's a unique, one of our own piece, and it's one of the only times where something isn't an official release, where it's gained so much clamour and clout, and it's a priceless piece, really, due to the man who owns it, the uniqueness of it, and the man who put it together. An extremely unique piece, and definitely the most unique we've looked at. Actually, that's a really good one to wrap this up on. Yeah, it's a very nice piece. Yeah. If anyone knows a bit more about this, or I'll have a look at myself, after this video as well. Please feel free to leave a comment in the description. Yeah, that's awesome. So if you're going to do anything, guys, have a look into that piece. That's a really interesting one. But yeah, so aside from that, that's been episode 1 of Watches of the Stars. We'll return next time. We might have a look at this page, might have a look at some other ones as well, because there are quite a few sources who've compiled all of these different people. Please let me know your opinions. Did you enjoy this video? Is there anything else you want to see? And if you did enjoy it, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe. That will all really help me out as I'm trying to build my channel. But except for that, guys, I'll let you get on, and thank you for joining my video, and I'll see you next time.